The Shark Deck.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Royal commentator Diana Elsa writes, after interviews, deals, podcasts, hours of painful TV, hundreds of pages and a few magazine cover stories, the Sussexes are far from anything resembling a straight-up success story. More like a so-so story. The whiff of the dud has now firmly attached itself to the Sussexes, like a sort of entertainment industry BO which they very badly need to get rid of, and sharp-like. She continued, I think we can all agree Harry and Meghan very badly need a few runs on the board, a few clear-cut wins after the last little while that has seen their brand go off a bit of a cliff. In fact, things have been getting perilously close to desperate territory, with us now coming up on the 3-month mark of succession of knocks and disasters. Their paying gigs with Spotify and Netflix have either gone or are reportedly set to go when they run out, which would leave them with only one content deal left with Penguin Random House. With no obvious path forward, what their recent video, with its veritable buffet of new material for the body language experts of Instagram to pore over like a Talmudic scholars, and the upcoming MIDI tour tells us is that Harry and Meghan are returning to safe, well-trodden royal ground. In the space of the 2.5-minute new video, the company has gotten an immeasurable boost after Meghan wore a sleeveless turtleneck and skirt from the label for her return to the spotlight. Given she can buy or access any and every designer on the planet, the Duchess' choice to support a local brand is a sweet note in all of this. If the new movie we mentioned yesterday flops, Meghan could have one more card to play. Royal commentator Kinsey Schofield believes Meghan could publish a journal. Schofield told Talk TV, Meghan specifically told us that she stumbled upon her diary in Frogmore Cottage, one of the last times she was there. I do think that's the kind of card she's got up her sleeves, that if worse comes to worse, she could reveal her Duchess diaries. I thought that too, that if Netflix did say to them, you haven't performed to the extent we expected within the amount of cash we gave you, Harry and Meghan might have to front some stuff just to keep Netflix interested. The expiration on that deal isn't until 2025, so we'll have to see what these new projects do for Netflix. Royal author Christopher Anderson told Us Weekly, we've seen her perspective with some examples, but I'm sure there's always another rabbit to pull out of the hat, some fact that we didn't know to put into a book. I'm sure if she wanted to write a book, it would be an enormous bestseller because, once again, it would contain things we don't know yet. I would imagine that is probably not in the distant future. I think they're going to take advantage of where they are, and she will do something like that. Palace Intrigue will be right back. Hey, I want to tell you about my new favorite app, Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and lowers your bills all in one place. How many of you signed up to try apps only to forget and get billed again? We all get lured in. Just the other day, it found that I had a Hulu app I had no idea I'd subscribed to. So there's a money save. Plus, it alerted me to a raise in Spotify prices, so I had to think about whether it was worth it anymore. Most people think they're spending $80 on their subscriptions, when in reality the number is closer to $200 because you've signed up for so many things. Streaming services you use to watch one show, or free trials for a delivery you just don't use. It's so easy to lose track of what you're paying for. Just download the app, connect your bank accounts and cards. Rocket Money does the rest for you. You can see all your subscriptions and transactions on one screen. Plus, Rocket Money can help you budget and optimize your spending with their smart money tools. So do what I did and say goodbye to unwanted subscriptions. With over 3 million users and counting, Rocket Money customers have saved an average of $720 a year. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and manage your money the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/palace. That's rocketmoney.com/palace, rocketmoney.com/palace. Hi, I'm Mark Francis and host of a new podcast, The Messi Effect. Join us as we take you into the exciting new world of Argentine soccer phenomenon, Lionel Messi. And his new life at Inter Miami will bring you into the glitz, the glamour, the star-studded events, along with the exciting journey to a new world of U.S. soccer and international football with news and stories 3 times a week. Come along for the ride as Messi, Miami, and Major League Soccer experience the journey of a lifetime. Get the Messi Effect wherever you get your podcasts. Royal biographer Andrew Lowney thinks Andrew will never move out of the Royal Lodge, telling The Express, "I can't see them moving. Andrew is stubborn, obsessed with his status, has a contract with Crown Estate and sufficient money to support upkeep. He's weathered worse storms. I fear part of a longer narrative and rivalry with King Charles going back to childhood and involving appearances on balconies, protection and roles for his daughters. There was a time when Andrew was the spare, something that doesn't seem to work well in this family." Prince Edward might have been king of Estonia. A bizarre report from the Mirror educates us that after the collapse of the Soviet Union, when a whole host of new countries were created in Eastern Europe, one of them was Estonia. Long story short, they had some elections and one party reached out to ask if Prince Edward would become their king as they thought he was perfect for the role. Buckingham Palace is said to have written back saying that it was a charming idea, but a rather unlikely one. An insider reports Harry and Meghan's royal feud is stressful for Beatrice and Eugenie. The insider told People, "They're still the best of friends and talk constantly. The whole drama between him and Meghan and the rift with the rest of the family has been stressful for the girls. It's hard to watch because they see both sides of it." The insider also said William and Harry have different priorities. William knows what his end game is and where he'll be, and it's being king one day. William's life revolves around his role and his family, of course, but there is a clear path for him and a future that is obviously very different from Harry's. Inherently, they have very different priorities and different perspectives. An interesting take from media theorist Laura Clancy via Vanity Fair. Clancy says, "I try to be careful about how I use the term royal family versus how I use the term monarchy, because they are two different things. The Queen had such effective power, and beyond that, you couldn't think of her as the CEO of an institution. She was just the Queen, whereas Charles may be seen as something different." A video of Harry getting the side-eye from actor Cillian Murphy has gone viral on TikTok. No, this wasn't at a screening from Oppenheimer. This was back at the Dunkirk premiere in 2017. It was captioned, "I don't know what Prince Harry did, but I'm on Cillian Murphy's side." Another user thinks we're all overreacting and observes, "Cillian has a resting, get me out of here face all the time." And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please head on over to YouTube and do a search for Palace Intrigue there and hit that subscribe button for us. It would really, really, really help us out. You don't have to listen to the show again. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue and good times. Hi, I'm Mark Francis and host of a new podcast, The Messi Effect. Join us as we take you into the exciting new world of Argentine soccer phenomenon, Lionel Messi, and his new life at Inter Miami. We'll bring you into the glitz, the glamour, the star-studded events, along with the exciting journey to a new world of U.S. soccer and international football with news and stories 3 times a week. Come along for the ride as Messi, Miami, and Major League Soccer experience the journey of a lifetime. Get the Messi Effect wherever you get your podcasts.